like I said, this car's been on like 4 dyno session within a year.
Wow.
Because I never liked the power that it was making.
You always want more.
Yeah. But right after I got this power from what it's making, like over 400, my it stops. Everything else is like I kind of calm down. I finally met my goal.
That's what you want. Oh wow. Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh man. Whoa, it's quick, man. Extremely quick. Oh man. Alright everyone, welcome back to the Motor Miami. Today we have Noel. Noel, thank you so much for making the time for us.
Well, yeah, thank you.
No, this is a thank you because now we have a proper car on the channel.
Right, we finally met.
All those Civics Integras, now we have a proper car, man. Well, first of all, what do you drive?
Well, I drive a 1995 Honda Accord EX. It's a manual
1995.
transmission.
And
Yes.
I've heard a little bit of the story,
4-door.
but I think all of you guys are gonna enjoy it. However, you also have a YouTube channel where you've been building this car.
Yeah.
What's the name of the channel and what can we expect from there?
It's Sagit Net 2. That's with NET 2. And it's just about all building my engines for this Accord. Nothing more.
Nothing more. I mean, you swap suspension, you mess with the RL brake bracket. I see, I've been watching your videos because it's an Accord. It's quality stuff. And then I know that you're building G23?
Yeah, G23.
Turbo, obviously. This one is also boosted. I mean, you're a legend, man. I'm just going to say it.
I don't know about that. I just couldn't go back anymore to NA. Ever since...
Once you go boost, you can't go back?
Yeah, you can't.
Oh, come on. There's so many people that you hurt their feelings, man.
I don't have a deep pockets, but hey, you know, I always try.
Says the guy who has 2 turbo engines. Okay, well, man, this is look. All I'm saying is, yes, man, I like Accords, but yes, I have to check out his channel. He is putting in the work. Description, check it out. Let's get some subs for him. Now that we said all of that, how did you even get started into the modding of cars? Like, where did that love start for you?
Well, it started out when I was 19 years old. My first car actually is a 1986 Nissan 200SX Turbo. So I end back on my roots. You know?
Well, yeah, a little bit different, better, but a little different. So how did you end up kind of catching the bug to modify cars though?
Well, like I said, that's exactly how I started from there. And I've had some experience, my engine blowing up and everything. And
that's a good experience.
You'll be surprised what I have experienced on running a turbo. You know, like one time I'll be driving to work, like no boost. I couldn't figure it out. And finally, after all the search, troubleshooting and everything, I used to place a rag inside the engine compartment. You know, it's like when you're cleaning something, you know, it's easily available. It's there. Guess what? The intake sucked it up.
No.
So when I removed the intakes, I saw something like wiggling in there. The rag is in there.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. I've had some shares on building engines and everything on that motor.
Sorry, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I figure you don't put towels under your hood anymore.
No more.
No more. There you go. Lesson.
It's just something that I learned. Well, you know, I'm from Philippines, and back then cars, we love cars over there. So what people does is they always put some like a rag, something to wipe out on the cars. I mean,
Yeah.
they could easily put it on in the trunk,
But no, the hood is much better.
but it's inside the engine compartment.
I don't
so-
think they have turbos though. That's the problem. they're not boosting. That's the thing. Okay.
So I just brought up that mentality, you know, first car. Hey, you know,
What's the worst that can happen? Well, now we know.
yeah,
The Accords.
yeah.
How did that start for you?
Well, I'm in modification on that Nissan way back then. So muffler, suspension, everything, but it's just there's no aftermarket really back at the time, back in 1986, 87. So, but exhaust, you can. I went to Valley Muffler over by
El Monte.
El Monte, and I was having it done, and I saw an Accord, a four-door Accord. It was a blue one, and it's lowered. I said, "Man, I gotta have that car." You know. So the next day, I just kind of convinced my wife,
I love it.
just let's get a car, because you know kids are growing up, and we need an extra
Safety,
two-door.
space.
Right.
Oh, you're such a loving husband. Thank
So
you
we
for being
went.
such a great dad.
And I got this one.
So that okay. So you go. This particular car, this same
one.
exact car,
Right,
was in the
same one.
showroom.
It was in a showroom floor. Yes.
How? Wow.
And then when I after I bought it, the next day, it was down. New
You
speed.
lowered it.
Yeah. It was on the new speed. Yeah.
Your wife was looking at you like, I knew what you were doing. Sneaky, sneaky. So you've had it ever since.
Ever since.
Why not get rid of it?
Well, it's just really it holds a place in my heart. It's just something. I'm a very sentimental person when it comes to things that I own. I just could not let go right away. It just reminds me of, you know, like when my daughter was in there when she was 2 years old, and back then there's hardly any car seats whatsoever. You know, you can just place your kids inside.
The good old
seatbelt,
days.
nothing. Yeah. And yeah, I will be driving in my neighborhood, and my kids will be standing up right in between my two seats, and it's race car, daddy. Yeah, it's just I could not get over that.
Cool memories.
Yeah. I just
Well,
couldn't
we're
get
so glad. Please never get rid of it. This is an amazing car. I mean, I absolutely love what you've done to it, what you
Yeah.
continue to do. And like I said, please keep going with the whole YouTube stuff, because I love seeing these videos that you do.
Oh, thank you, man.
It really comes out very genuine. Obviously, you give a lot of tips, You're really there just to help out. And so the fact that it's an Accord, that just makes it 10 times better, you know?
Oh, okay.
It's so awesome.
Well, you know what they say is like, if I can help a person out there, you know, it's like I'll die in heaven.
Oh,
No.
see, Noel, those are
I
the
just-
things. Those are the things that make, you know.
Dude, you know how old I am? It's like 55 years old,
You're
and I'm still on cars.
And
lowered
that's
cars.
honestly,
Unbelievable.
that is the amazing thing about it. You know, since 19, now you're 55, and you've
Yeah.
owned this car for so many years.
Yeah.
That's, oh, respect.
And it's just whatever knowledge that I had in my head, I just want to share it. I'm not those type of person that keep it for themselves. No, I want it out there. If they want to follow it or maybe improve it, that's even better, you know? So, yeah,
You're here to help the community.
right, if I can.
I love it.
I'm
Well,
not saying I'm an expert or anything, but I'm just going through my experience.
you own an Accord. You're close to an expert as it gets. All right, in my book. Well, let's get started. You mentioned it's a 94, right?
95.
95. Okay, 95. What do we got going on in the front end?
Well, not much, but it's just a depot SIR headlights
Okay.
and the front lip. I can't remember what it is. It's just one of those eBay special.
It looks good. Yeah. Okay.
On this car, I'm not really into OEM stuff. I'm more like a DIY person.
Oh,
If I see something that I can't really afford, it's, you know, something mechanical, I'll make it. Actually, I spend more making
Make it, they
than
should have bought
actually
the part.
buying it.
But you like the process.
Yeah, the satisfaction of it is just, I felt something, you know, different.
Oh.
I tell you what, you know, it's like, for example, well, for the brakes, you know, I made my own
Brackets?
Bracket.
I saw that.
Yeah. I spend more on welding, having it welded, rather than actually me buying a welding equipment. But at the end, I ended up buying a welding equipment anyway.
Now you're gonna start welding.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
Now you know where I can get my turbo welded.
So I'm into like DIY. So as far as like OEM, I like to have them. You know, it's just I'm not into that. I don't have that fetish. You know, it's like,
you like to build stuff and do
Yeah,
it
that's what-
and
that's
try
what I
and error.
want.
That's what's up,
yeah,
man.
nothing really much going on out front. So original one, like I said, I'm a DIY. So I went to always go to the junkyard and get one of those Angel Eyes retrofit HID. And then that's what I was rocking. But during the night, since everything is all messed, not really
Functioning.
aim right, it's like
Cross tie.
one is pointing to the right, one is pointing to the left. I couldn't hardly see anything up front. So I
Lighting
got
up the
rid of it.
trees and the stars, but the road is dark.
Yeah,
I get
so-
you. Trial and error, but now they work, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Well, I got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
This is what I replaced it with.
Oh, okay. So now it works. Okay, cool. Awesome, man. And then everything else, like you said, you added the side markers.
Yeah, that's just something that I like. I wanted to get one of those. Like I said, I'm not much on the OEM stuff. This is not what supposed to go on a CD5.
Right.
It should be a flat. But I'm not a true enthusiast.
You like the Integra ones?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
the Integra
They pop up a little bit.
Yeah.
They look nice though. It looks great. Little touches.
I mean, there's no law as far as like, hey, you can't do that on your car. You know, it's like so.
well, the YouTube comments will tell you otherwise, sir. But you're right. You can build however you want. That's awesome,
Yeah.
man.
It's just whatever looks good for you. You're the one driving it. You own it. You know, it's like,
Who cares?
yeah.
Love it. God, see, I love that.
But there's also
Wait a
a
minute.
limit.
No,
Of what you can do.
No,
Of
you
course,
can do
you're
whatever
gonna
you
get
want.
bashed if it doesn't go right.
Yeah, I guess people will
You
always
really
have
have to. It's the execution. It's what,
execution. Okay.
What's important.
All right. You said it. All right. So you won't be adding like grass to the fender, like the old school, no? Okay.
No, not like that.
You say you're not into the OEM. I'm just okay. You're not. All right. Tell us about the suspension that you have going on.
Right now, I'm using a D2s,
Ooh.
and
You just swapped them out.
yes, I did. That was a old and tired suspension, but actually it still works.
Okay.
It's just that it's been more than 20 years old. That was a Apex I WS damper, they call it.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I've had it since day one, you know, and it's been in all over the three continental sides of the U.S. San Francisco, Texas, and Chicago.
That's crazy.
And how I ended up getting rid of it, it's because of after I have changed my seats. So this one's got some bolsters, you know, on the sides, so you can't go lean side to sides now. And that's how I found out, oh man, now I need a suspension.
It was rough.
Yeah. So, I mean, just the seats alone, it has something to story to tell. I always wanted a functioning form. I actually drove to
City of
the place.
Industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just to look at the place, and if they let me in, I'll go get it. But she just shut me down. We're not open for public. So okay. Then I saw this one on the internet, and I got this one instead.
Okay.
Which is, I think, I don't really recommend this one.
Okay. That's fine. If you don't like them, you don't like
Yeah.
them.
Maybe it's just me. When I got this one, a friend of mine told me that return it if you can, if it's not too late, because I guess he had it
And he didn't like it either?
before, and he just ended up changing it.
Ground control springs, pony yellow, struts. Come on. All right, Noel, tell us a little bit about your brake system.
The brake system I have is from Acura RL Type S. I just have that thing fitted on there. I had to do it myself because back then I could not afford the bracket that they sell. It's not the same. The price wise, it's not like now. But back then I just don't like the way they built it. It's just I work in aviation, and everything has to be
Yeah. To a
You know.
spec.
because that thing flies. I mean, if anything goes wrong, it'll come down.
Yeah.
So and I have that mentality. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna make one. And yeah, I've sourced like knuckles and everything, and I have it welded. But the money that I spend paying someone to weld it for me, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I said to myself, you know what, I'd rather buy me a welding equipment, and that's what I did.
Okay.
And
those are paired up with the 350Z, right? Rotors?
No, this one is from 2011 Honda Pilot.
Ooh.
It's a little bit bigger. It's 13-inch rotors.
Oh, okay. I see
It's
it.
unlike the
other
typical setup. Yeah.
Oh,
this
rotor.
one, the brake itself, it's made for the rims. I tried to use a small rotors, but I ended up using a big spacers, and I didn't like that.
Okay.
So you can see it's right at the center, almost in the center on the poke.
Gotcha. And it's such tight clearance.
Yeah, tight, very, very tight
I mean,
clearance.
Speaking of that, wheel and tire setup, what do you got going on?
I have a 17x7 5 Sedan Super 6, and I got this one when it was on sale. It was a good deal back then, $200.
Oh, it's a good deal now.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Good deal back then.
Oh, man.
And the tires, I got a 205 45 17 up front, 215 45 17 at the back.
Ooh.
The
Nice.
reason why I went to a smaller, not a square, but staggered setup is because it's just ripping off my fender. Yeah, this is already rolled,
And still.
and back if I have a 215 45 on there,
Yeah.
it's just gonna
Bye-bye.
just turn
Yeah.
it up. But I have a 40 series at home, but I kind of like this setup. Just going for that.
It looks really nice rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Man, love it. And an exhaust system?
The exhaust system, it's been on. Right now, it's just a DIY.
Okay.
3-inch pipe all the way, and a vibrant muffler, and a Yonaka resonator.
Sweet.
And I
Okay.
made my own dual tip exhaust.
Oh, did
tip.
you?
There's not really much other than just the steering here, so
And the FRS seats?
yeah. Like,
Well, what do we have going on?
I just put on a 350 millimeter personal made by Nardi, and for me, it just, if you're not to brag or anything, but I found out that I learned driving with a high horsepower car is not really a good idea, having a smaller steering wheel.
Why is that?
It's just, you need some more leverage. You need something to hold on to.
Okay.
You know, when you step on it. And as far as the shifter, that was a hybrid racing shifter, RSX, that I fitted onto the Accord with the K-Tune RSX race cables, and it worked.
Okay.
You know, you just have to massage it a little. But
So it didn't work. You made it work.
yeah, I used to have a replica, a K-Tune one, the aluminum
Okay.
one. And man, in the beginning, it was tight, really tight, short shifter and everything. But I never did like from fourth to fifth. It's just too long.
Oh, okay.
It's like having a 6-foot pole, shoving it to your right. I just didn't like that.
Okay.
Plus, it's bulky for me. Don't get me wrong, but you know, some people like it. But on the Accords, in my taste, it's just
You wanted a more,
too bulky for me.
You wanted notchy, small. Yeah, I get you.
So ever since I had hybrid racing, man, it's just night and day.
Nice
And
gauges.
plus the shifter knob, it's just something that I made.
You made that.
Yeah, DIY.
Wow.
I had that on my blog, so it's
So you also made that. The interior is damn near perfect. Are you sure you had a kit? Because this is extremely clean.
as far as like hours, you know, my family being in there, there's really not much. Yeah.
So you said for the power, you wanted to be original because you like DIYs. So you swapped in a D16, right? No?
Why? There's nothing wrong with D16, man.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay. Okay, man, this is a different B18. I've never seen this one.
It's a H22A4.
H22A4, wow.
And I went for H22 from G23 to H22 for reliability. Because this one you could really make a wiper blades out of them. I mean, you could get your RPM really way up there and all day, all night with no problem. It was built for it, for high revving.
Nice. So H22, what has been done to the actual head and block?
The block, I had it re-sleeve. And man, if I'm gonna tell you a story, it will be here all day. But anyway, to cut the story short, I sent the block to a machine shop, and I got the piston with me and I gave it to them. Well, in the beginning with, right at the back, I know like something is wrong. But anyway, 2 weeks after, I got it back, got home, so excited to put everything back in. Find out that the piston ring, it goes all the way through.
Ooh.
All the way to from where the main crankshaft, all the way there. They oversize it.
I'm not a mechanic, but I don't think that sounds good.
They just oversize it.
Oh, that sucks.
I argued with him for 2 hours over the phone till 10 o'clock at night, from 6 to 10. It's just unbelievable. I said, how could someone machine? You already got the piston with you, and how hard is that to measure? But he went ahead and bore it oversized.
So that was the old motor. So you had to redo it.
Well, we can't change the sleeve anymore. So what he ended up is exchange my piston. He got me an oversized piston.
Oh, he got you a bigger piston.
An exchange.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So right now this is it's no longer 87, it's 87.5.
Oh.
And the piston is made by CP piston. In the beginning, I had a JE piston, which has the offset wrist pin, like the F23. But I have a CP piston on there now.
Okay.
I had, I think it was 9.5 to 1 compression ratio. And I'm using a GT35 eBay special turbo.
Okay.
Never had any problem.
Awesome.
It's been on a dyno 4 times.
No issues.
4 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And transmission?
The transmission I'm using from a H23A non-VTEC, the MS24.
Okay.
But I had to neuter the 5th gear just for cruising speed on the freeway.
Okay.
I want to keep under 3,000s when you're driving like 70 miles
So
an
it's
hour.
not like, well, non-stop, okay?
Yeah, and also I had a M2B4 with LSD on it. I just swapped the LSD and put it on this one. The reason why I got M2S4 is it's what I do on the freeway. That's where the magic begins.
Oh.
So I want not too long, not too short of a gear. This one served me well. It's right in the middle.
That's why you.
So when I downshift on 3rd gear, I'm right out there 3,000.
Oh.
Unlike the other short gear, you're right already at 4,000.
Okay.
So this one, it works better for me.
Awesome.
Doing the magic on the freeway.
Perfect.
But I don't do it. We always go to Mexico.
Yeah, you always go to Mexico. You just got your passport, right? You said.
Yes. And I'm using a Euro Type R intake manifold.
Ooh, nice.
And a 68 millimeter throttle body.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get into the turbo setup. You said eBay turbo, what size? And then tell us a little bit about your other supporting pieces.
The turbo I'm using, like I said, it was a GT 3582 millimeter. I think it's 66 millimeter, I think. And I'm, like I said, I'm a DIY person, so I made my own intake manifold.
Oh, really?
That's the first one that I made. I said intake turbo manifold. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, we get you.
Yeah, first one. This is,
wow, really?
I want to try it out. And you know what's even better? I use some Harbor Freight MIG welder, flux. I'm telling you,
And it works.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
no cracks, nothing. I've been using it.
Love it.
I made 3 turbo manifolds, and this is the first one. The second one, I'm gonna try to use that one.
Okay. And then, if you don't mind sharing the intercooler, what kind of intercooler are you using?
The intercooler I'm using is 11-inch tall. It's an eBay special.
Okay.
And that heat exchanger there, I bought that because I thought about putting that on the hot side, you know, right by the compressor side, but I just don't have any room for it, so I said, oh, I'm just gonna put it on there.
Okay.
Just to give it an extra cooling.
Okay.
And it works.
No overheating issues?
That's what I'm battling right now, but no overheating. It's just that my intake air temperature, it's just right above 100. I like to keep it under below. I think it's because of my intakes. I just need to find a way where it could inhale some fresh air.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, if you don't mind sharing numbers, you say it's been tuned.
This one puts down, it's 430, but we tame it down to 419.
We tamed it, and this is 419.
That's on 19
pounds.
19 pounds.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
19 pounds, 430. If you don't mind sharing torque.
The torque is, I think it's 380.
Because that's what the H's are known for, right?
Yeah.
So that's where the magic happens, like you
Right.
mentioned. So nice little torquey engine.
So hopefully I don't shy some people away that wanted to adventure turbocharging. I actually highly encourage them, but do it right.
You're right.
You know, do it right, and always have a spare car. That was your daily. Don't do it because you're gonna end up breaking it anyway. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thanks. And you know, when you're driving a high-power car and you don't have control on your feet, you always a constant lookout. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a radar. You just keep sweeping. But I missed the other.
Your radar was missed this morning.
It wasn't turned on.
You didn't turn it on?
I forgot to turn it on.
Oh, you turned it on when you passed them.
Like, yeah, it was too late. Boop, boop, boop. You know,
Oh my God, man. That was scary. Don't do that to me. Noel, this has been a pleasure. Thank you, man. This is absolutely
Thank you.
an honor to be able to meet you, get to know your story, and continue to follow you on the YouTube journey, man, because we definitely need more people like you. Any shout outs, man?
Well, I'd like to really shout out to my wife and my 2 kids for supporting me to do all this build. And without them, without their understanding for my passion, it's just, I could not do it. You know, I would like to also shout out to you for, you know, giving us the opportunity to show what we have, our builds. And hopefully you'll do more, and hopefully we'll influence a lot of people to
Definitely.
build their Hondas.
Thank you
know.
for that. Nah, it's you and the rest of the builders that are part of these interviews that really motivate everybody else.
Yeah.
Obviously, including myself. And I'm just a dude with a GoPro that gets this amazing opportunity to be able to see these amazing cars and get to know the stories behind them. So, no, thank you, and please keep at it, and don't ever get rid of this Accord.
I won't. No, this stays in the house. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.